So Hyper Megatech, the sister brand to Evercade, have released 2 super awesome, super pocket little handheld consoles. So we've got the Taito Edition, 18 arcade classics built in. They're right in there. They're built right in. They're actually in there.
All of that in that
tiny little thing. I know,
that's
crazy.
technology, isn't it?
And then Capcom have provided 12 of their arcade classics built right in.
No way.
Absolutely right in there.
All those characters squeezed in there.
Squeezed right in. So
Unbelievable.
let's take a look. So here we go. We've got the Capcom Edition, which I absolutely love this blue and yellow combo. And we have a selection of games. We've got Street Fighter 2, Hyper Fighting, we've got Strider, we've got a load of arcade classics.
Let me stop you there. What makes this important to own? If some of these games are available other places, why should you own them here?
Yes, these games are on a lot of different tech. The cool thing about these is these are tiny little handhelds. If you had like a Game Boy Pocket in the past, these will bring you oodles of nostalgia.
Oodles of it.
Oodles.
Oodles.
They're about like Game Boy Pocket size.
Yep.
Now you probably won't find any Game Boy games on here, but some of these games are absolutely awesome. So we'll load up Street Fighter 2. Don't judge me for my
I mean, you are
ability.
playing literally, I can hardly see, so...
I'm playing it kind of, in a very awkward position. The quality of these little devices, absolutely amazing. USB-C charging. They got 3.5mm headphone jack, which is awesome. There is no Bluetooth or Wi-Fi on this, which is a shame. Considering some of the Evercade devices do have like updates.
A reason why I would want this is because I find that with modern consoles, I get sidetracked really easily with just the sheer amount of stuff on there. And obviously it's all new, it's all shiny, it's all interesting. So when I go back to older stuff, I think there's just this connection in my head with something separate. Like, I've played a few older things on the Switch and stuff, but I don't get the same enjoyment out of it as I did before. But then when I picked up this, because at first I was a bit like, oh, I'm not that interested. But then I played a little game on here. Do you want to talk about that little game?
Yes. Now, the funny thing is, when I got these, I was more excited by the Capcom edition. You know, you got Street Fighters, you got your classic Capcom games. Taito, I was like, oh, Space Invaders, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I wasn't expecting to be so pulled in by a little game that we are going to have a look at right now. And it is... Where is it? Let's get it, yeah. There we go. Puzzle Bobble. Now, if any of you, like us, remember on your old little Sky device, a game called the Beehive Bedlam.
Yep.
This is the original of that, and oh my god, I spent so much time on that as a kid, and I've now put in so much time in Puzzle Bobble. Like, this game is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I got so caught up in this.
Hours of fun.
But I wouldn't if it was on another console, I don't think. This is my problem. So I do like having something dedicated to play games like this.
Exactly. And the thing about these that's really great is that they're teeny weeny and they could fit in your pocket. And so you could have a couple of rounds of Puzzle Bobble when you're on the bus. You know,
without a backpack.
Without a backpack.
If you're an absolute maniac who doesn't carry around a backpack, but
yeah, I can't really see the colours anymore.
No,
I mean it does have really good viewing angles, so I can
I
kind
can
of
see
tell.
You're on. Oh, you almost.
I know it's not going too well. But yeah, so these have loads of built-in games, as we've said previously. Oh, that's the pause button. And one thing we haven't mentioned yet is you can change a lot of features, like the display. So you can go original ratio, pixel perfect, full screen. You can add scan lines, which is really cool.
Just if you want that retro
If you want that retro
experience.
feel. Yeah, exactly. And another thing, so I've mentioned Evercade. Now, this is the exciting thing. If you own an Evercade, one of their couple of handhelds, or the Versus console, you might have some of these lying around. So this is an Evercade cartridge. We got the Pico Collection 1 here, which contains a good selection of games. And the Super Pockets, both of them, have a little cartridge slot where you can insert your Evercade cartridges.
Very
so
nice.
Now you can expand your collection of games. So there we go. In the menu, we've got the Taito games that are pre-built in and Evercade. And this was what's on the cartridge. So we have loads of more games. And there are so many Evercade cartridges you can buy, full of classic games. There's lots of Namco and I1s, load of publishers. There's also ones with indie games, so you can get a lot of newer games as well.
The big question is this worth it in 2024?
Or if you have lots of nostalgia for retro gaming, these are a must-have.
Well, there you go. You've heard it from the man himself. Now, I guess...
What's next?
What do we have today, Cuu?